Hi students, today we're going to look at the bathroom sketch, which essentially has a glass shower screen, and that's really the technique that we're most focused on for this. So this particular sketch we have just used the cool greys, or ice grey in the case of the pro markers. So what I've done in this is that we've used the 3 shades of grey. So the window wall is always going to be the darkest because generally that's where the light comes from. The floor in this instance, because this is my bathroom from home, it's actually got a conservatory ceiling, so it's got a very light floor because the light's coming straight down on it. And then the side wall is another pattern tile, and so I've used a lighter tone for that. So cool grey 3 on the floor, cool grey 3 on the side wall, probably 2 layers, and then cool grey 4 over on the wall that has the window. So that is kind of the starting point. Now, the main technique I want you to learn with this is that you're putting in your base markers, then we're using white pencil to indicate our grout lines because this is a tiled floor and wall. So here you'll see I've just put the grey pencil over top, and I'm using white and a navy blue pencil to give us the pattern for the side wall. Once we've done all of that, then we're going to use the tea green. So tea green marker is what we're going to use to put over where the shower walls, and you could just see here we've got a little bit of that tea green showing at the top. Because this is a dark colour and behind, you don't see the colour of the glass as much as you would if this was a white tiled room. You would definitely see this as a sort of a light grey-green glass. So that's where we're going to head. So I've prepped up this sheet now. So the first thing I'm going to do is do the bath. So you can see that we've got like one of these egg-shaped oval baths. So I'm going to first of all use brick white, which is the lightest warm grey that I have. So we're going to put that in first, and I'm going to put it all over the side of this bath here. Even though this is a white bath, the light's falling down on top, so around this side it's going to be darker. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of this on the inside of the bath here, just so that we can see, like so. And then I'm going to also use warm grey, Copic warm grey 2. So this is just, it's a light grey, but again, I'm just going to add a little bit extra on the bottom, because at the bottom of this, it will be darker than the top. So around here, this will dry off shortly. I might just put a little bit darker on the inside here. So I'm just going to let that dry off. I might need to even put a bit more on here. So I'm mixing the warm grey 2 and the E40 brick white. Okay, so now with your white pencil, I've already done most of these grout lines. But essentially following the perspective lines that you've already got, we just go over it, press reasonably hard because you want a nice crisp line. So you're going to essentially mark all of these in. There's a few more here. Oops. sure that they're vertical, of course. That one looks slightly out. I might even have to redo that one. I'll make sure that my vertical lines actually stay vertical. And this wall here has, you'll see the photo, the reference photos I've put up into Basecamp. This has a pattern tile, and so what I've done is with each of the grids that were there on the original sheet, I put into 4. So I've sort of gridded up like that, and so I'm just going to do a simple zigzag line with my white pencil. You don't have to get too fussy on it, but essentially that's what I've done. I've just used the zigzag like so, just so that we can see that there's a pattern. And then the second layer is actually navy. So I'm just going to put that over top. So essentially that tile has a navy and white pattern on it. And then when I've done this, I can actually just put a grey over top again. So it's the same technique as we've been using earlier, where you can put the marker over top once you've got white on it. So essentially that's the technique there. So we're putting that in. And then the shower head is stainless steel, or it's got a stainless steel look to it. So if you have a look at stainless steel, you'll notice that there's always a highlight. So all I'm going to do here is I'm going to, I'm going to put a darker line on one side, because what I want to do is just highlight a narrow area that will be in the white, so it gives the effect that there's a shine on it. And also the shower head is just, it's just going to show as black. I haven't got my pen handy, but I will just use a black pencil for now. So again, we can just add in some extra black on that, and we're going to use the same for all of the stainless steel. Again, it's either going to have white or it's going to have a dark grey. Okay, and then the next thing, so you're going to do that with all of these as well. So the next technique I just want to show you is the tile. Now in the actual image that you'll see, this tile has a stone effect, so basically all we have to do now is use a light grey pencil, and we're going to go over top of our grey, and we can just add in that, I'm just using a soft upright stroke, but this is essentially what gives us that extra texture. Okay, so that's more or less the technique there. You can use just a very light grey or a white and if you want we can add in a darker black pencil as well. So that's essentially what I've done with this particular wall, just to give myself that texture. And then on the floor, the same applies. It's not just a smooth tile, it's actually got a grainy texture to it. So I'm going to do the same. I'm going to use this darker grey pencil over the light, and I'm just going to try and use the pencil to essentially give me that texture. So what I would suggest around here under the bath, we want it to actually look darker. So if you can see on the one that I've finished here, it's a lot darker. So I've done a lot more work around here just to make sure that it feels darker under that there. So you can see I've done quite a bit with that floor, and you can just keep working it until you feel that that's enough. But it is the whole bathroom tile, it is quite a sort of textural stone effect. So really what we're doing is we're using the marker underneath, we're using the soft pencil to give us the texture, and then with the glass, so I'll just show you that now even though this is not finished. Essentially what we do here is you're just going to go over the whole thing, so over the glass area we're just going to lay in the actual glass colour. So this is really the technique we use with glass. We render in whatever is showing in behind the glass, so when we come to do the table exercises, it will be the same. So you're going to do all your rendering first, including any pencil work underneath, and then right at the end, so be careful, sometimes you'll get wet marker if it's underneath will actually taint this light colour, but so essentially that's it. So we're just going to do that colour over top, and then the last thing that we need to do is go down this outside edge. I'm going to use the dark grey because I haven't got my black in front of me, so either black or just a dark grey, and we're going to actually put in the edge. So we're going to show glass always shows dark on its edge, so essentially like that, you'll always see that dark edge to it. So this is obviously not finished, I just wanted to show you essentially how I do it. So I'll bring back this one, but this is essentially what you should end up with. So you're going to have some pattern on this wall, you're going to use some grey pencil to give you the texture with your pencil onto the back wall, and also you're going to use a mid or charcoaly sort of colour to give you texture onto the floor, and then the final step is you're going to put your tea green colour over top of this glass partition, and in behind you'll still see the shower. So just remember with stainless steel you always want to see a highlight, but there we have it. So that is our glass and bathroom exercise.